Let's go!
The AT&T Stadium crowd is making a lot of noise.
I hope for the same thing.
It is a spectacle, this place.
Come on, take the ball away, dude. America's team! America's team! That's who we are!
Don't count him out quite yet after a 41-33 Cowboys victory over the 49ers. In addition to a Washington loss, the Cowboys' playoff hopes are alive and well. Welcome into Cowboys Flashback on this Victory Monday. I'm Dani Sureck. No Zeke, no problem. Running back Tony Pollard stepped up to the challenge as a starting running back after Ezekiel Elliott was ruled out about an hour before kickoff with a calf injury. It was the first game Elliott's missed due to an injury in his entire career. Pollard finished with 2 rushing touchdowns, 69 rushing, and 63 receiving yards. His burst and agility were on full display Sunday afternoon. Pollard says his biggest fan on the sideline, well, none other than Ezekiel Elliott. Pollard says once he knew Elliott was not going to play in the game, he knew he had to take advantage of this opportunity in his first career start.
I mean, it was big for me. A dream come true, being in the league, getting a chance to start the game out, and, knowing the team that would be dependent on me a little more. But I just try to take advantage of my opportunities and make the most of it.
What was so difficult? What was San Francisco doing the most that was kind of making the run game slow developing this afternoon?
I would just say they did a lot of run stunts, up front, a lot of different guys twisting, going different ways, making it harder for the O-line to identify who they have. But, we did a good job staying with it, end up busting the big one right at the end of the game that we needed.
Tony, when did you know that Zeke was out?
It was a last-minute, game time decision. All week we knew he was, banged up a little bit, but, a guy like Zeke, we always expect him to play. So it was definitely a surprise, something that we weren't expecting.
How big was that for you guys to get back-to-back victories for the first time in a very long time?
It was big, big for the team, something we hadn't done all year. And, just to take that momentum from the last win and, carry it over, and playing at home, that's also a big thing, getting a win at home.
Hey, Tony, a lot of your touches and a lot of your success in the early going was in the passing game. How much a part of that was in the game plan heading into it this week? And then how did San Francisco adjust to that as the game went along?
A lot of it was just, not being greedy on offense and just taking what they gave us, taking a lot of check downs, just they would leave the flats open, and we just took advantage of that and then just played around it.
Can you describe your 40-yarder there at the end and what you saw?
I didn't think I would end up breaking as many tackles as I did, but it was our normal go-to run play, up the middle. It was a little crowded, and I, bounced it outside. My guys did a good job holding their blocks, and I just let my natural ability make up for the rest.
Tony, what does it mean to you to be able to step up for the team like this on a day when they needed you without Zeke?
It's big, just knowing that everything doesn't have to run through one guy or a few guys, it's different guys on the team that can carry the weight, help take some of the weight off of the other guy's shoulder and the leaders on the team. So it's definitely big.
You started really strong and finished really strong, but things slowed a little in the middle. What do you think was the difference, if anything, from your perspective?
It's just football. It's not going to all be, home runs or easy, nice runs. You're going to have some dirty runs that you got to fight for and, fight to get back to the line of scrimmage at times like that. So it's just a part of football, just sticking with it.
Apologies if you already answered this, but y'all talked so much through this week about what it would mean to stack consecutive wins for the first time in over a year. What does that mean for this team and the confidence going forward?
It's definitely big for us, coming off the last win the road win that we had, and, keeping that same momentum coming home, getting a win at home, and, hopefully we're just going to try to keep this thing going.
Cowboys get their first back-to-back wins. Get this, not just for the first time all season, for the first time since week 7 and 9 in 2019 surrounding their bye week. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb says his touchdown was actually more of a learning experience. He says in hindsight he should have never even taken it to the end zone. We hear why next.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T. Rico's products make every game a home game with Rico's. And by Reliant, an NRG company. This segment is brought to you by AT&T.
And here we go. Nice catch right there. It's Lamb. He's off to the races. And this baby is over. And Dallas gets that play with Lamb returning it all the way for a touchdown.
An onside kick gone wrong for San Francisco and right for the Cowboys. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb catches the ball off the bounce with a clear shot to the end zone to seal the deal. In hindsight, Lamb says he now knows he should have taken a knee to eat up the clock and prevent San Francisco from getting another drive. But hey, your rookie year is all about learning experiences. The Cowboys offense got some major help from the defense with 4 turnovers, significantly helping with field positioning. Post-game, Lamb gave credit to where credit's due for the offense's success.
It's been very impactful. You can see it. You can see it on TV. You can see it on the screen. You can see it. You can feel it in the arena. And defensive guys, when they turn over the ball, it's electric. It gives a boost to the offense, and then it forces us to play complementary football. And that's what we've been preaching and what we've been practicing. Just trying to be consistent. And defense has done a great job these past 2 games, just giving us the ball, giving us the opportunity.
CD, how would you describe the game that Tony Pollard had today?
Unbelievable. The 46-yarder was just icing on the cake. He definitely gave us. He balled. Zeke, obviously with Zeke being out, I know he felt a lot of weight on his shoulders when he was named the starter. But guys like TP, they're ready for it. He worked his tail off, and for him to just go out there and have the game he had, man, I'm proud of him, and I just look to build with him.
CD, I'm sorry if you answered this already, but can you talk about the importance of you guys getting those turnovers early, getting a lead, and being able to dictate tempo? How important that is for the offense?
Turnovers is key, no matter what game you play, and we emphasize it a lot. Just practice what you preach, and we preach the ball just about every week until Sunday. And for the guys to go out there and showcase and put up the turnover numbers that they had today, it makes the offense and a team like us just grateful for this. For the situation and the stage that we're on, and the team and the chemistry that we're building here, and that we're trying to build with the guys that we have, and obviously due to the injuries, we short a little bit, but like I said, the chemistry is there. Every guy has to have that next man up mentality, and they have, and it showed.
Still to come on Cowboys Flashback, we hear from quarterback Andy Dalton on what he was most proud of from this team victory, how the defense was the true difference maker, and much more. Don't go anywhere.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T.
Welcome back into Cowboys Flashback. At 5-9, the Cowboys are still in this thing as long as they win their last 2 games and Washington loses theirs. This Cowboys team has been thrown adversity left and right. They've been losing key starters ever since the first week of training camp. It's how quarterback Andy Dalton found himself in the position he's in now as a starting quarterback after a Week 5 season-ending ankle injury to Dak Prescott. Despite all of the challenges that have been thrown this team's way, they've never quit. That's what Dalton says he's most proud of this team after their 41-33 win Sunday.
Yeah, it shows a lot. There's been no quit in this team. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened this year that, some adversity that we've faced. But, for us to kind of put that, behind us and just, work on doing everything we can to find ways to win. I think today was a complete game by everybody, all phases of the game. And It felt good to stack another win together. The first time this year to have 2 wins back to back.
What's it like coming onto a field, standing in a huddle, knowing it's a short field inside the opponent's 30-yard line because of a turnover?
Oh, that's huge. It's the momentum. Short field, you want to take advantage of it. You want to score touchdowns when you're in that position. And for us, I think that was big for us today. I think we had 24 points off of turnovers, and that's huge. That's the difference in the game.
The numbers weren't great in the run game, Andy, before Tony broke off that long run late. What did you think of the run game without Zeke overall?
Yeah, we put ourselves in some tough situations, and in the second half, I felt like we were just trying to find a way to get a first down. We weren't able to run the ball very well, and then at the right time, and when we gave TP the chance to make a couple runs, and that run he had at the end of the game was special. But we got to find a way to be more consistent in the run game.
Andy, you mentioned that late run is special. What impressed you most overall about what Tony was able to do today and the way he went about it?
Well, he's so versatile, and for him to not only be able to do it in the run game but also in the pass game, you get him the ball in space, and he's able to make guys miss and turn either a quick completion or runs into big gains. So, I think that's what makes him such a special player, and we're very fortunate to have a guy like that. If Zeke's going to be out, you can hand him the ball and get him the ball, and he's able to show what he's able to do.
You had a good connection going with Gallup early. When did he get hurt, and did it take a while to work through once he went out to kind of get back into that rhythm with your receivers?
Yeah, there's a couple throws that I wish I would have had back, and like I said early on with Michael, we had a good connection going, and so for us, we got, again, it goes down to consistent. If we're not able to run the ball really well, we've got to find ways to get completions, to get first downs, and to keep the chains moving. And we didn't do a good enough job of that in the second half, and it's something that we'll look at, and we'll do what we can to fix it.
The path to the playoffs isn't completely shut here, Andy. What's it like for you guys as players to sort of hang on to that hope with everybody outside talking about things like the draft or whatever?
Yeah, our focus is these next 2 games. We got to just handle what we can handle, control what we can control, and we'll see how everything shakes out. We know that there's still a chance out there, so for us, we just got to make the most of these last 2 opportunities and see how everything shakes out.
The Cowboys played true complementary football. A main reason the offense was able to put up 41 points was because of what the defense was doing. Dallas really built off the momentum and success they had when they beat Cincinnati the week before. Still to come on Cowboys Flashback, we talk about the specifics on how the defense played such a vital role in this week's win. Stay with us. This Cowboys defense has been back and forth all year on what type of performance they leave out on the field. This week was a good week for them. Dallas recorded 4 takeaways, all of which led to points on the board. One of those takeaways was an interception by safety Donovan Wilson, who missed the last 2 games with a groin injury. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence says what we're seeing from Wilson as of late is nothing new to his teammates.
Yeah, I think I told y'all about 3 weeks or so ago, what type of person Donovan Wilson is. He's a hitter. He always striving for greatness, and that's what I respect about him a lot. You see him in practice all the way into game day, and you can tell what type of player he is and what type of player he's going to be. And shout out to him, for that interception. He could have had 2, but he'll get it next week.
I know we always talk about sacks with rushing the passer, but how much do you pride yourself as a run defender?
That's a hard question to answer because I just pride myself on an overall football player. Just understanding myself every morning I wake up, I go out and I give my best effort each and every day. And that's how I want to live my life, throughout my whole career, is giving my best effort no matter what the situation, if it's run, pass, whatever. I feel like I'm great at it all, and I'm going to do it all. So no matter the circumstance, that's what I do.
Jamarcus, do you allow yourself to think that you guys are still in this thing with 2 games to go?
What I allow myself to think is getting better each and every day, no matter the circumstances. You know, when you're a man, you have to look yourself in the mirror and face yourself. And I feel like every guy on this team looking themselves in the mirror and they going to work against themselves. They're not worrying about the next man or their opponent. And that's how I feel like we're getting better. Last question.
Sorry if you got to ask this one already, Tank, but can you talk about the effort that you guys have put forth and how important it is to see it end up with you guys creating all these turnovers?
Right. Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, it is contagious. You know, and it starts with practice. You practice the fundamentals and you practice the way you want to play. Soon enough, it'll come to life. And I feel like, you know, this is the turning corner for us. You know, we're getting our young guys playing well. Our vets are playing well. And it's all about just staying healthy and, you know, keep attacking the ball.
Turnovers come in bunches, and that's been true for the Cowboys, who have forced 11 in their last 5 games. Turnovers will be a key component for this Cowboys team to keep their playoff hopes alive, not only keeping their opponent off the board, but also putting their offense in scoring opportunities. Cowboys built off success from their previous week to earn their first back-to-back wins of the season. On the other side of the break, we hear from head coach Mike McCarthy on what impressed him most from this team's win.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T. Academy, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. Reliant, an NRG company. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
For the first time since Thanksgiving week a month ago, the Cowboys had a full 7 days to recover and prepare for a game. Head coach Mike McCarthy says that was huge for his players to get back onto a normal schedule. The Cowboys didn't come away entirely healthy after their 41-33 win over the 49ers, with a few more injuries to starters. Wide receiver Michael Gallup hurt his hip, and defensive tackle Antoine Woods and linebacker Leighton Vander Esch both injured an ankle. McCarthy says he was proud of the way his team worked through those adversities mid-game, and that his players deserved this win because they never gave up that fight.
I've talked about it continuous, you know, over these past weeks on how I feel strongly. I feel strongly that these times, and hopefully, you know, we're moving through them, and we'll continue to move through them with success because this football team definitely deserves it. But these times of adversity that we've gone through, that it would definitely pay dividends in the future. And I think that's part of our growth. I think it's part of the newness and understanding, you know, exactly how this team, you know, trains, performs, you know, evaluates, all those things that go into building a successful season, let alone a successful program. So, yeah, the times of adversity clearly are things we can grow from, and I'm just really happy for the players. I mean, these guys deserve this. They've stayed after it. I think the 7-day week really helped us, you know, get back into a routine and you know practice. And we knew this was going to be a tough outing, just the way the matchups were laid out. And you know, obviously San Francisco's gone through a number of challenges too. But I thought it was I'm sure it was a fun game to watch. It was definitely an excellent game to compete in.
Washington lost earlier today. Did you talk to your team about that and what it means for y'all's chances?
No, I didn't. I think it's, you know, clearly if we don't take care of our own business, nothing else matters. So we're truly focused on what's in front of us. We know we have Philadelphia coming in. You know, we have a 7-day week to prepare for them, and you know, we really want to finish strong with these 2 division wins. That's clearly my focus.
Can you talk about Zeke Elliott and the decision to hold him out and what you got from Toby Pollard? Yeah, I mean, Zeke, you know, went through the week. It was obviously a little further behind he was last week, and you know, the work in the early, you know, the pre-game, we just felt like it was not in the best interest to go with him. So, we'll see how he's
evaluate it tomorrow and see where he can go come Wednesday. I thought Tony was excellent. It's good to have Rico in there for a couple chances, but Tony's a dynamic player. His ability. I thought he was excellent coming out of the backfield, and we had some tough sledding, obviously, in the inside run game. But Tony did a heck of a job.
The road doesn't get any easier from here for the 5-9 Cowboys. They host the Philadelphia Eagles from AT&T Stadium Sunday in a must-win game to keep their playoff hopes alive. However, Dallas not only has to win, they also need Carolina to beat Washington. Not an ideal place to be for the Cowboys, who no longer fully control their own destiny, but all they can do is focus on their own task at hand. That'll do it for Cowboys Flashback this week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and happy holidays. I'm Dani Sureck, and I'll see you next time.